views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to the hit show Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Just say yes to explosive abundance. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Now, here's your host, Leslie Fonteyne.
Hello, everybody. This is an awesome show today. I am really, really excited about it, but let's cover what Sheer Alchemy is about. You know, for some of us that did years and years of therapy or went through recovery or tolerated situations that were difficult for a long time in our lives, it's hard to imagine that we can have the opportunity to change something quickly, in an instant, in an hour. And that is what we've got. We've got this opportunity to change something quickly. That's what alchemy is. And it's not about being good enough, and it's not about performing well, and it's not about putting a mask on or a front that looks good to everyone else. It is about you and source energy and your support team, which are the light beings, the ministering spirits, archangels, your willingness to shift that makes that possible. I know that many of us have had the experience when we desire something and we really allow ourselves to fully step into that desire. And even though fears come up and anxieties come up and trepidations, we do it anyway, and we choose to overcome. And that's always the first step, is the choice, the willingness. It's not that we're cured and all fear is gone and the illness is gone and the difficult partner is gone or the work circumstances are totally relieved. It's not that. It's that moment of shifting. And I know many, many, many of you know that moment when you did it. A lot of us focus on the manifestation. If you take a look at the manifestation and you trace it back to the choice, trace it back to that moment, you will see how incredibly powerful you are. And I want to say that to a lot of people today, because sometimes we think we're not making something happen. If you think about a pipeline or you think about a project plan, you know, some projects take 2 years to implement, 3 years to implement. Just because, you know, 9 men can't make a baby in a month or make a baby at all, but, you know, you still need that 9 months or 8 months. And that is the case with some of the things you're manifesting. So even though you have something in process right now and you're birthing it and you're creating it and you're in the implementation stage, maybe, you know, testing it out, you are making this thing happen. So cut yourself some slack about what you've achieved, what you have in the pipeline, what is still in your vision stage, what you're still marking out and dreaming about in your mind that hasn't hit the piece of paper yet, because you are doing it. And the reality is that we are creating in every single moment of our days. We do not like that. I don't care what anyone says. Honestly, the thought that we are creating constantly can bother us, because some stuff we're doing pretty good, some stuff not so bad. So this is Leslie Fonteyne, and we are here to make some sheer alchemy happen for all of us, for anyone that's willing. And if you have anyone in your life that needs to get encouraged, needs to come off of the sick bed or get a kick in the pants with regard to stepping out of this difficult, depressing, or challenging situation, play them this show later. Give them the podcast, because this is about how shift happens. It is in the moment of your thoughts. So today's topic is overcoming the fear of what we want. We rarely understand what impact our fears have on our desires. And, I know you all have been in families and organizations where the wrong people get blamed for stuff, right? And often the people taking the blame aren't really the culprits. The culprits are elsewhere, either afraid to speak up, afraid to take action, holding in their space. So sometimes we blame source and go, well, I tried all that law of attraction stuff and nothing happened. And I tried to step into that thing, but nothing happened. Well, stuff did happen, right? Let's be fully honest. Today's show, overcoming the fear of what we want, is important because we're going to call on ourselves a bit. We're going to look at what our fears are that get in the way of the desire, because that fear is often another area of concern in your life. It could be a care for security. It could be a fear of change. It could be the fear of what someone else might think. So how does that affect the manifestation? Well, you know how that is. If you are afraid of what someone else thinks, you will edit yourself. You will make yourself play small. You will try to be accommodating, conciliatory, compromising. You might develop a little resentment energy that starts to bubble up, right? All that stuff, it changes the words that come out of your mouth. It changes what you choose to express. It changes your vibrational level. All these things come up. And the assumption in all of this is that if someone or something out there is not in favor of what we want, then it must not be okay, and these other people have the power to control what we want. So today we're going to be taking calls for sure. I want you to be specific to this topic today. I want you to be thinking about the blocks that are manifesting in your field and try to be honest. I find, even for myself, if I want to use the words I don't know, I'm hiding. I can just guarantee you that I'm hiding because I don't want to know yet. And here's the deal. There's mercy on that. There's gentleness, kindness, compassion. It's okay to hide a little bit. But when you're brave enough, bring in source, bring in the great light beings that are our allies and our support team, and have the bravery and the courage to look at that fear. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. So here we are. The number to call is 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. We're talking about getting what we want, desiring what we want, and then the fear that gets in our way when we are wanting to step into our desires, okay? So fear, like we said, is shrinking our field. Wherever we were expansive, we now become contracted. We hear the voice of objection. We hear things like, well, how's that going to happen? How are you going to step into that? Where are you going to get the money? Who's going to support you? You're going to lose your house. You'll lose your children. You'll lose your family. I mean, extreme things. You're going to have to quit your job. We do this all or nothing thinking that is really not the case. And we're going to be talking about the panic that our inner child feels when we step through a fear. So to this point, I want you to be thinking about your area now while we go on break in a couple of minutes. I want you to be thinking about that fear that has stopped you until now. And I want you to think about how you walk through that fear without allowing it to completely stymie you. The inner child is panicked because, remember, he or she never knew how to drive a car, couldn't run away from home, had no money, had no authority. You now are the adult you, and you're going to nurture that inner child within you and bring her through this fear. This fear is showing up on purpose today. It's showing up right on time because your soul essence, who you are, wants to come through that thing and not let it stop you anymore. When you step through a fear, you become a greater light, you become a greater blessing. People from everywhere start to watch you and to see a new you, that you're not in a panic, and they want to know how they can do it as well. You become that light that you desire to be. See, there's spiritual light and there's maturity. There's the ability to bring some of our energies, into some kind of mastery. We don't just, fall apart anymore when our emotions get the best of us. We sort of go, wow, why am I letting myself think like that? Why am I letting myself feel like that? Why am I choosing to make decisions based on this? Do I need to step through this and face the challenge differently? Our spiritual aspect is one more piece of our energy field, one more piece of all that we are. So let's not let our old personality levels hold us back and contain us when our greater soul essence, our greater spirit is wanting to step through some incredible magnificence. So once again, the number is 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. We're going to be talking some more after the break about how we step through the fear that up to this moment has stopped us. We'll be back.
I thought that I've been hurt before, but no one's ever left me quite this sore. Your words cut deeper than a knife.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.
Almost everyone at some time in their lives ask themselves, what am I? Most of our questions are ego-generated and simply don't address the problem of our false self. It's time to relax your ego and embody your soul. Dr. Dan Cohen, neurologist, inventor, and author, has created tools to awaken, a new way to transform from who you thought you were into what you truly are. Visit toolstoawaken.com today.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Disease, one of the most dreaded words in our vocabulary. Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know traditionally we have viewed disease as a degenerative process? Disease is better understood when we view it as dis-ease in the human body. Dis-ease means without ease. Health is not merely the absence of disease, it's when every part of the body works together effortlessly, relaxed and at ease. It's that relaxed state that lets energy flow in waves through and around the entire body. Every organ has an electrical charge, and when overcharged or undercharged, dis-ease occurs. And it is an effort to go through our day. We are able to determine the exact dis-ease of the body and design a specific solution to correct the nutritional imbalance. Contact us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at maryjanemack.com.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
to breathe me back to life. Got a feeling that I'm going under, but I know that I'll make it.
Hey there, everyone. Leslie Fonteyne, Sheer Alchemy. This is your moment. This is your time. And even if you're not calling, it's really not necessary. I truly want this to be a moment of transformation for you. The number again is 1-800-930-2819, 930-2819. You know, some of us are going through some really rough stuff. And, you know, aren't we fortunate to be living in the United States in the moment? And, you know, if you're in a neighborhood that isn't experiencing violence or difficulty or struggles, you know, that's a very fortunate situation. And some people are going through quite the opposite experience in this world, aren't they? So we have gone through some difficult times in life, and this show is not about pretending that didn't happen. This is not a Pollyanna moment like, okay, put a smile on that. And, you know, it's not about that, because the smile, again, of course, the smile makes a difference in the world, but we want that smile to permeate all the way to your core. So when we're clearing or ascending or shifting our energy, we're looking at all those layers. So some of us who've been doing a lot of work on the spiritual side of things, you know, we'll hit these bumps, we'll hit these core things, and we'll think, gosh, I thought I dealt with that 10 years ago. And we find out we haven't. It's showing up in a new kind of way, a deeper way, but it's transformative. So don't bash yourself for the things that you're stepping through right now that are a bit tough. My God, I have times where, you know, it may be a few weeks worth of some real challenges. I may not even know why or what, but I want to go into it enough to uncover and surface and then choose to heal. And I, like many, may find something that I'm not ready yet. So let's talk about what that is, the I'm not ready yet part. Again, this is Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne. I'm doing one more show this year before the holidays, before the new year, and that's in Cincinnati, Ohio. And that is this coming weekend, November 20th through 22nd. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone there. And then we'll be starting up again in February in Raleigh and Chicago, and some shows in the Seattle area as well. So looking forward to that, so that we can do some one-on-one sessions of clearing out some of the blocks and the interferences that get in our way. Because as I started this show, what I was talking about is that we don't have to go through 5 years to shift a block, to clear out energetic stuff that is in our way. Some things we're carrying don't even belong to us. We're hearing mom's voice, dad's voice, the culture's voice, you know, all kinds of ancestral energies, past lifetime energies even. So don't bash yourself right now. Have some compassion, because this thing that's surfacing for you right now is on purpose. And by the way, so is your vision. Your vision is on purpose. It's not a mistake to want to go create a company or write a book or, you know, change jobs or move to a new city or learn something more, get a new degree. That is not a mistake. That's what's presenting for you. See, sometimes we get a vision and it's ours and it so resonates with us. It makes us happy. You know those visions you've had that make you happy. And then we let someone else's filter come in and sort of cloud it, right? And we hear all these other voices that have been in our lives, or, you know, the cultural values coming in and go, why would you do that? Why would you go there? And, you know, you have to try and stay true to the voice, because the voice is coming through for you, is going to move you into a position. It's going to require you to shift some energies in your field that don't belong there anymore, so that your vibration can increase, so that your light increases. It's going to give you the joy that you came into this world to manifest. And when you have a higher vibration and you're bringing in joy and you're stepping into your dreams, that is when you become such an incredible example to so many people. So even though your vision may be coming to you when you're feeling really down or have had quite the challenge, it's still on time. It's on purpose. See, our tendency in the physical is to think, well, why now? Why am I getting this vision now? No, that's not how this thing works. It's now because it's right on time. It's now because it's on purpose. And it is the intention that shifts you in this moment. It is just the choosing to say yes. Yes, right now, I am willing. I am willing to walk through this fear, this block, this anxiety that up to today, this moment, has stopped me. Sometimes we let our personalities get in the way. I work with so many people and they'll go, yeah, I really don't tell people what I think. Well, it's as if, their opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion does matter. When did you get silenced? When did you learn that your voice was not heard? Just because the people you grew up with maybe didn't hear your voice, if you were coerced in school or, were bullied and things like that, when did you learn to hide, be silent, and, stay as invisible as possible? That doesn't necessarily mean that's your personality, but we can acquire those attributes to protect ourselves, right? So when Source is coming in and you're working with your vision and who you are in this lifetime and what you're wanting to step into, all that stuff comes up ready for you to make a decision. Do I or don't I want to deal with this? In the world, we learn to put on a mask when we go to work, when we show up in our families, when we show up at the school, whatever it is. And Source is almost a little the opposite. Source is going, let's clean this up. Let's let you shine. Let's let you show up in all that you are, in all that beauty, in all that truth, in all that enthusiasm. See, it's in there. If you feel like you lost your enthusiasm, if you feel like you don't care anymore, here's the challenge today. Just release all that. Let it all go. Create some great space for you. Let's bring in some of the masters and the archangels, and let's reconnect with your core. Reconnect with your essence, your dreams, your passions, what you loved. I remember one time when I did a vision board, it had been so long since I'd done a lot of things for myself, like a lot of mothers. I had to go back to when I was 16 years old to remember something that just made me laugh and have such a great time in my life. And I brought that back into my life. That was a long gap there. So you may be having trouble remembering what you love, what you like. Work harder at it. That's a commandment. I'm telling you, don't just sit there and go, I don't know what I want. Look, take a time out, 2 hours, and just sit. No TV, no distractions, and with a blank piece of paper, and just sit there until you can get to the essence of what it is you love. Here's what I know about what happens if we've been on a long break from what we desire. We may feel very emotional. A lot of emotion will come up when you do this. If you have been saying for a long time, I don't know what I want, I don't know what I care about, when you begin to open that door, and this is often a big part of our fear, we realize how much of our life we put on hold, how much we put on the back burner. So let those emotions come. They're not going to kill you. Let them come out and stick with it. See, sometimes we want to shut down and go, oh, this is ridiculous. I shouldn't be looking like this, feeling like this, thinking like this. Yes, you should, because you've chosen to heal. Some level of you has chosen to heal. So let's heal. Let's step into what you want. So where does the fear come from? Do you have a fear of not being perfect? Do you have a fear of what other people will say? Do you have a fear because you don't know how to do whatever it is yet? Let's say you want to start a flower business. You haven't ever had a business. You don't know how to manage money. You don't know a whole lot even about flowers. You just know you love them. Okay, there's something about the energy of flowers. Or pick whatever area it is. Is any of that, say, impossible? Any of that? You know it's not impossible. But will you have to learn something? So allow yourself to just say yes to your dream today. Say yes to it. Don't go, well, I don't have the credentials. I don't know how. I don't have support. Don't go there. Stay in this beautiful incubator that you're going to create for yourself right now, and allow the thoughts, the desires, the dreams to just show up. Write them out. Every time there's a naysaying voice that shows up, put it to the side. Pay attention to that later. On this session, this 2-hour period with that blank piece of paper, allow yourself to write out your dream and vision. When you say yes, then other things will come to you. I need to take a class, or I need to go talk to a CPA. I don't even know what CPA stands for. I need to go take a horticulture class. I need to, learn about business space, how to rent space. Don't know what I even need. What we find is we have a lot of panic and fear about what we don't know. We learn this young. I'm telling you, this is when we love to pieces our inner child. You take him or her into your arms and you allow him or her to feel all of that, because what she or he is surfacing is the fear of loss if they step into what they love, if they step into speaking their truth, if they step into enjoying anything that someone else perhaps doesn't enjoy, or being too loud or being too happy. So this is when you're going to love that inner child and you're going to listen. I promise you, as you step through some of these fears, you are going to find out that a very wide, beautiful, open place shows up. Don't worry about the tears. Don't worry about any of that. Honor what you feel. It's a feeling of loss, but telling yourself and your inner child today, it's a new beginning. I'm starting today, and I'm saying yes, and I'm willing. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the blocks that show up that keep us from stepping into that beautiful willingness. Again, the number is 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. This is Leslie Fonteyne, and you can find me at lesliefonteyne.com. That's LeslieFonteyne.com. And we will be back going deeper into our fears.
My life is a movie, and everyone's watching. So let's get to the good part and past all the nonsense.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.
Enlightening, humorous, and compassionate. Listen live to The Kelly Ballard Show, insight and inspiration from the great beyond. Kelly is a fourth-generation medium and intuitive who covers topics ranging from grief, spirit guides, and listening to your intuition. Kelly can help you get answers and guidance from the other side with a little bit of humor and a lot of healing. Tune in to The Kelly Ballard Show, Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Time here on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Calling all dreamers. Are you living your dream life? Actualize your possibilities with Life Coaching Radio and your host, Deb Stetzer. If you're feeling stuck in a rut, Deb is here to help you turn your dreams into a reality. Life Coaching Radio. Dream it, live it, be it. To learn more about Deb, visit www.mylifecoach.us.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times, and LeslieFonteyne.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
What does it mean to be healthy? For each of us, it means something a little different. Discover the art of herbal medicine, a natural way to help our bodies respond better to the modern-day stress and toxicity of our everyday lives. Using organic herbs from around the world, the skilled herbalists at Urban Wellness in Kirkland can help you choose the herbs that are right for your body. Find your herbal solutions for common health issues at urbanwellness.com. That's HERBAN wellness.com.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
When the pressure's coming down like lightning, it's like they want me to be perfect.
Hey there, we're back. This is Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy, and we are giving ourselves the opportunity today to make a change. Let's make that change. Love that song by Michael Jackson. I love that song. And, you know, what I love about it is that it's in our hands. And I want you to understand the power of your intention. Your intention is in your hands and no one else. Remember, often it's our inner child, our victim self, that had no power, that has gotten comfortable in that place. All right? And now you can choose. So when we feel that objection within us to making a choice, this is this moment of opportunity that Source is giving us. We're taking a look at this experience and going, wow, why am I having such a reaction to, changing my energy, to stepping into my desire, to stepping into my dream? So here's a few answers, all right? I just want to throw these out to you and see which one of these might fit for you. Sometimes we don't really want what we think we want. If you don't have a lot of joy at the thought of what you want to create or what you want to step into, or your life, your work, your relationships, where you live, you name it, whatever, if it's not really resonating with you, I don't mean you have to be jumping up and down, but like resonating with you, feeling good, all right, then that is your truth. That is your truth talking to you. And if you have other things where you show up and you absolutely love it, you could walk into a restaurant and they play a song and that is just your style of music, your thing, what you love, and maybe nobody else around you likes it. They're into totally different genres and don't even like what you like. Pay attention to what you like. Pay attention to who you're around. So if you're still hanging around the same as what you had as a child and in your teen years and still tolerating it in your adult life of being small, not stepping into your truth, not stepping into your energy and your joy, then this thing is showing up now for you to step into all that you are. So notice what you don't like. Making ourselves try to be okay with something is not what Source is looking for here. If we are not okay with our circumstances and we don't like what's happening and we don't like where we are and how we're manifesting, each hour and each day is a choice of being in that situation. And so now here we are again. Do we want to make a change? So what comes up? I do, but. I wish I could, but. The situation is, and we start to list out the objections. Now, I want you to list those out. I want you to write out every objection that's coming up for you. And I want you to also correlate it to an area in your physical field. Notice if it's in your heart chakra, if it's in your throat where it just clams up and you can't even speak, if it's in your power center where you almost, cave in your belly, or in your second where you feel security and a tug of coercion. Notice where the objection is coming from. Okay? Notice if there's any voice that goes with it. Anything familiar. I've always been told I was this one in the family. I was that one. This is how I get treated. If you notice, we keep drawing in and attracting the same thing. And the next thing I want you to do is ask yourself, do you want to let it go? Now, here's where we get hung up. if we choose to change, if we choose to step into more of who we are, if we choose to live differently, we don't know what that means. We don't know what will become of our lives. What's on the other side of the decision? We have dramatic and almost disproportionate thoughts and fears about what could manifest if we step into our desires. And I've noticed, I'm sure you have, that when a desire comes up and we go, okay, I'll do it, there is another voice that almost shames us into thinking that this desire is bad for us. And what are we thinking? And who do we think we are to make it happen? That's what happens. So note all of that. I'm not telling you to ignore it. I'm not telling you to mask it, cover it up, bury it, ignore it. I'm telling you to just let it all come before you and go, is this true? Will I lose my home if I step into my dream? Will I lose my family if I step into my dream? Will I have to quit my job? Sometimes when we're creating something, we may do it after work. We may do it after everyone goes to bed. We get this extreme idea that if we step into a passion that we will be, committing some kind of terrible act on our financial economy and the love of our family. Does your family love you for who you are or who you've let them think you are? Often when we are not living our truth, we can become quite bitter, we can be resentful, and we can be putting out a bad energy. And why wouldn't we? We're putting out a bad energy because we're not letting ourselves enjoy who we are. This is just not meant to be like that. Your essence is phenomenal. And if you've got blocks and chains and interferences in who you are today, and you're seeing them show up in your field, just choose right now. Let's bring in those masters now. So why don't we go ahead and do this, all right? I'm hoping that each of you have come up with a dream or a desire. And you've noticed some of the fears and the resentments and the difficult energies showing up. So let's just bring in our ascended masters now. We can bring in Kuan Yin, we can bring in Master Jesus, we can bring in Buddha, we can bring in Kutumi and Jwakul. We can bring in some beautiful, beautiful masters, and we can bring in some archangels. Bring in Archangel Michael. Bring in Raphael for some healing and Chamuel for some love. And let's invite in Divine Mother and Divine Father, and let's bring in our inner child to allow him or her to have a divine love bath right now. And let's, in this beautiful environment, see ourselves handing over these big dark blobs of interference, these blocks, these cords and contracts that just no longer serve us. See yourself handing it over to be released into the light. And just notice what starts to happen. Notice what starts to shift in your solar plexus, in your security center, in your heart space. Open your heart space wide right now. Just really allow it to take up a lot of space. And we're just going to clear out some of the debris and the interferences that keep you from stepping into all that you are. And let yourself hold that space for a bit. Notice different things that come up that get tight. Some of you are getting some tightness in your heart space. Some of you are kind of restraining and hiding yourself a bit in your power center. You're afraid to be too powerful, too strong. And some of you have some energies that you allow to come rent space in your field that are coming in the back door, coming in the back of your neck. Just see yourself pulling those out, releasing it, letting it go. And now I just want you to see yourself saying yes, just drawing in the phenomenal, amazing light and abundance and unconditional love that is yours. Source is 100% love, 100% abundance, 100% health. Just see you bringing it in. I just really felt one of you bringing it into your digestive tract, into your reproductive tract. Real movement there. Beautiful. You're doing great to be doing this right now. Some of you are really feeling the tightness in your throat. What would life be like if you begin to speak your truth? There you go. It's a muscle. The muscle has to be exercised, but you're ready. We're going to just put on some protective energies around you right now and just allow yourselves to hold this space, hold this energy that you have, this support team that's with you. And just allow yourself to hold it while we go on break. Just putting a beautiful protective pearlescent gold light around you right now, and Archangel Michael protecting you. But I want you to really let yourself release right now. And when we come back from break, we're going to restore everything back to normal size, and we're going to see what came up for you. So once again, the phone number, if you want to dial in with what happened for you, it's 1-800-930-2819, 930-2819, and this is Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.
Can you keep your lifestyle in retirement? It's a question people often wonder about. Ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeff Packman about the new Confident Retirement Approach. You and Jeff can break down retirement planning step by step to get the real answers you need. Call Jeff Packman, financial advisor, today at 425-453-0272. Office is located at 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800, Bellevue, Washington, 98004. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment and advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
You got attitude? Keys to the rescue. Adjust your attitude with Keys Clear Protein Waters. So refreshing. Just a few sips of Keys will give you a whole new outlook, thanks to 22 grams of the happiest protein on earth. Tongue-tingling tasty without the guilt of naughty or nasty ingredients. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, maybe you need to drink too. Put a little woohoo in your attitude with Keys Protein Water. On Amazon or at Keys, Kees, please.com.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Has asthma or allergies got you singing the raspy blues? Allergy and Asthma Networks is the nation's premier nonprofit patient-centered network of doctors, caregivers, patients, and healthcare professionals who are dedicated to ending death and suffering due to asthma, allergies, and related conditions. Join President and CEO Tanya Winders each month on the Dr. Pat Show to learn more, and visit allergyasthmanetwork.org today. Breathe better together with Allergy and Asthma Network.
Hi, I'm Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy on Transformation Talk Radio, and here's your tip of the day. When it comes to positive thinking and the law of attraction, many of us could say, been there, done that, read the book. So what happened if we didn't get there, didn't achieve the goal, didn't step into our abundance? Typically, there are some core wounds and core fears that keep us from stepping out. We also have energies in our ancestral lines, our cultural and family codes, and even agreements that keep us in check. So let me challenge you. When you had the desire that burned in your soul, what happened? How did discouragement set in? Why did you stop? What came up for you? Whose voices? Listen, there's hope. but it does not come from suppressing the energy that's within you. We all know it's going to spill out somewhere. So join me on Transformation Talk Radio and Sheer Alchemy, and we're going to find out how we can shift you into the intentions that can manifest for you.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Love that, love that. So I left you all in your protective light, left you with Archangel Michael, and I'm really hoping that some of you took a moment to walk through that with what was showing up for you. You know, each of us is having our own experience. I never, ever like to compare one person's experience to another. We are not the same in so many ways. We are unique. And we're bringing our own set of things through that is allowing us to bring the light, to be the healers, to step into all that we are, to be the examples that we are. Your satellite of people that you can speak to is different than the satellite of people that I will speak to. So look at your fears, look at your wounds, look at the pain and the things that you're going through and all that you're challenged with as your opportunity to step into more light. Okay, none of us have arrived. It's not like a, one-shot deal. We overcome this thing and okay, now we're going to be successful. Think about how worldly that sounds in a way. I could be super amazing in one area of my life and just taking baby steps in another. That's how we all are. And so much of our world is about covering up and masking who we are. So really allow yourself the beauty and the liberty to step into your truth. And one more thing as we close you up, bringing your chakra column back down to an appropriate size, bringing all your energy back to you, sealing you up. Think about the fact that you are bringing a gift into the world. You are stepping through this fear, not just for yourself, but for so many. And it is not just for worldly acclaim, all right? Some of the values of our society are not necessarily being reflected in what we're being guided to do or to step into. So not everyone's going to understand what you choose. The desire of every child is to be loved by the parent, to feel accepted, to feel heard, to feel loved. And so it's hard when we begin this adventure of our own soul essence when we feel a little alone and we feel by ourselves. Don't get so alarmed that you choke what's coming to you. Just because you can't tell your current partner or your current job or your family or whatever the circumstance in which you find yourself, don't let that stop you. Okay, this is your moment. I can't even emphasize it now. You've probably heard me say it just 20 times already just on this show. It's so important because I find when I'm working with people, clearing their energy field, shifting them through some of the things that they're presenting, helping them step into the dreams and desires that they have, that we've been taught to fear our emotions, to not show those. We've been taught to not step into anything where we might not be perfect. We've been taught to not be angry, to not express our truth or our frustration. Some of us need to get a little angry. We don't need to abuse others in the process, but it's okay to hear our own voice. Some of us have been silent so long we don't even know what our voice sounds like. Some of us have hidden our desires for so long we have to do a little excavation to even find our truth. Don't be alarmed. Let this be your odyssey, your journey, your trip into your unknown, into your self-discovery. Something has caused you to listen today. Something has caused you to get a little amped up about who you are. And so allow that and don't let the panic and the fear get in your way. Source just wants us to say yes, to bring in the support team, and then to allow grace and acceptance and love to shine the way. So it's amazing how grace works. You know, when we say yes and we just allow these things to begin, we start getting instructions. We start getting intuitive guidance. That part of us that wasn't listening, now we're listening. Now we're hearing. Now we're asking, what should I do? Okay, how do I go about this? What will allow me to step into my dream? Do I need to go to school? Do I need to go to the bank? Is there someone coming to mind who might be my partner, my mentor, my teacher, my support team? You know, allow all that to come to you. Don't think that any thought, any part of this is too silly. Just because you've been shamed and coerced into being quiet before, allow yourself today to step into all that you are. You are greater than you ever thought you were. You have more energy than you ever thought you were. If you have been feeling super tired and fatigued, chronically so, even depressed, when you start stepping into your truth and into your desire, you are going to be amazed at how much energy begins to come to you, how much you start to really want to do, what you want to do after work. And even, you know, getting a babysitter if you've got children and going, you know what, I need an hour every Tuesday and Thursday, and this is what I'm going to do. Or I need to take this class, or I need to go to this, you know, meditation group on Sunday mornings, or whatever it is. Listen to that, because to this point, if you've been shutting that voice down and it's been nudging you and nudging you and nudging you, today's the day to listen. All right. Again, if we've experienced trauma, nobody trivializes that. No one is looking at you and going, well, you should be able to get up and do it anyway. You're not going to let that beat you down, are you? There's sort of a negativity to that, isn't there? Sort of an implication like you're not strong enough or big enough. I want you to know how compassionate and how vastly loving the source energy is, and the support team that you have from the inner plane, from guidance from numerous dimensions that are available to you. Okay? This is full-on love, and you are so, so loved today for exactly who you are. You are here on purpose. You are magnificent. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are intelligent. You have guidance that is wanting to come through you to lead you into all that you are. Have you done it this way before? Maybe not. So do it today. When the fear comes up about, well, who will we be after we step into this thing? Trust one thing, and that is that Source is so loving and so supportive that you are not going to fall flat on your face. That is the worldly energy. That is some of our ancestral line in our culture that shames us and manipulates us and coerces us and makes us feel small and inadequate and not enough and not sufficient. All right? This is source energy going, we will create the space for you. I challenge you today to step into that. When the fear shows up, have a new idea about that fear. Decide that this time you're going to allow yourself to step through it, and you're going to bring in your guidance team. I brought up some Ascended Masters today. I brought up some of the Archangels. Bring them into the car. Bring them into your phone calls. Do not go home alone. All right? Allow yourself to fully enjoy all that you are. And on that note, let's talk about what we want to do after this. If you want to call me, if you want to talk about this, let me know. Call me at 678-665-3366 or reach out to me at Leslie@lesliefontaine.com and let me know what you experienced today. Please listen to this show again. Allow yourself to step into your truth, to discover all that's coming up for you so that you can begin today to go on your own journey. And if it looks like no one around you is supporting you, I believe that you will have new playmates, new friends, new energies that are drawn to you as you step into all that you are. This is Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy, and it has been an absolute delight bringing this to you. Until next time, much love.
You've been listening listening to the hit show Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Gifted, shifted, and powerful is what this show is about. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com and LeslieFontaine.com for showtimes and dates. Contact Leslie at LeslieFontaine.com to schedule a transformative session that removes your blocks so that you can say yes to explosive abundance. You will not be the same.